Hi, I'm Katie,
And I'm Gina.
and today we're going to be talking about arrays in MATLAB. So the first thing you have to know is that an array is the very general umbrella term used to describe an organized collection of single numbers. Arrays are crucial to MATLAB because MATLAB stores all types of data in arrays. Let's start with learning the basics of one-dimensional arrays. If you want to create an array, first you have to create a name for it, and then set it equal to a collection of numbers enclosed in square brackets. If you want this collection of numbers to display in a row form, you're going to have to put a space or a comma in between the numbers. As you can see, either a space or a comma will display the array in a row. Now if you want to create an array that's in a column form, you're going to put a semicolon in between the numbers instead of a space or a comma, and it will display in a column for you. Another thing that you can do with rows and columns is if you have an array that's in a row, and if you want it to transpose into a column without retyping the entire array, you can just put the name of the array that you want to change and then put an apostrophe, and it'll change it from a row to a column for you. One other thing that you can do with arrays, instead of typing all the integers out that you want in your array, you can make a range of values from 1 to 10 by putting a colon in between the first value that you want and the last value that you want, and you will get an array with all those values in between. You can also make an array in incremental values. So if I want all the numbers from 1 to 10 but in increments of 2, I can put a 2 in between this 1 and 10 here, and then it'll give me the range of numbers from 1 to 10 in increments of 2. You can also multiply and divide arrays and add and subtract. So if I want to add this array n and m, I have these two established arrays, and I want to add n plus m. All you have to do is just put an addition sign, and if you want to take m minus n, you put a subtraction sign. And you can do the same thing with multiplication and division. The only thing you need to keep in mind with multiplication and division is that you want to put this little period after the first array name in order to tell MATLAB to do the calculation element by element. Another thing that you can do with arrays is that if you want to reference a specific number within an array, say I want to pick out this 8 for example, it's in the third row, second column, so I'm going to type the array name, and I'm going to put the third row, second column, and that'll pull up the 8 for me. One more thing you can do is if you want to make an array of general ones, you can type the function ones, and then type the dimensions that you want, and you can also do this with zeros. And then type the dimensions that you want. You can also make an array of random numbers, so by using the function rand and by typing the dimensions. It's important to pre-allocate a block of memory for an array because code runs much faster because there's no need to repeatedly reallocate memory for the growing data structure. And that's it.